Hello and welcome to this lecture. I always hate the word lecture. It sounds like, oh, I'm telling you stuff and it's really boring. No, it's not boring. Yes, this is the lecture or the concepts behind the opinion editorial, also known as the op-ed. Op-ed, short for opinion editorial. What is this all about? Well, let's find out. How is it different from the other things we've been doing, like the big proposal paper? Well, for one thing, it's a lot shorter. Woo! Whereas, the opinion editorial is shorter. Whereas the proposal paper is around 7 pages long, the op-ed piece may be only 1 page. It's really not done by page as much as it's done on word count. And how many words are we talking about? Well, somewhere between 150 and 1,200 words are generally about how many words you need for this assignment. So again, 700 is average. So really you're graded more on whether you are able to get the information across in a concise way, as opposed to going on and 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 on, 7 pages long. Yeah. So shorter, yeah. Some of you are like, oh, that's good because I just got done writing a 7-page paper. I want to write something shorter. Yeah. Well, that's one part that's different. Okay. Also, you need to be efficient with your words because you are basically writing on the same subject as you were your proposal paper. You don't have 7 pages to get your point across. You only have about 700 words. You need to be more efficient with your word count. Okay. Make sure you utilize the language and tone to get your point across, okay, in fewer words. So this takes a little bit more effort. It can be less formal. Think of an op-ed. You'll sometimes see this in papers, the editorial part of a newspaper. I know that's kind of dated because newspapers are kind of going the way of the dodo, but it can be a little less formal, whereas the proposal paper is very strict and third person and, all logical and stuff. The editorials can be a little less that way. It can also be sarcastic or may use satire. Sarcasm would be like, well, yeah, that's a great idea. I think we should all do that. Okay, well, that's not really what they mean. Or satire is when you basically present something as a realistic approach when you really mean the opposite. For example, it's like, well, you know what? If we have too many babies in the world and we don't have enough food to feed them, let's just eat the babies. Well, no one's really thinking we're going to be eating the babies. It's just using, a proposal. Yeah. Anyway, you can have some fun with the op-ed, especially after doing the proposal paper. This one you have a little more fun doing it. Now, it's also important to remember your audience when you are writing this op-ed. So if you look at this picture here, okay, I would say this is a fairly diverse group of people. If you look at it, you can see people of different ages, different genders, what else can we see? Different hairstyles. Hello. Any number of things. Races. What we don't see is maybe different sexual orientations or religions, but very, very diverse group. So if you're writing to this audience, you need to be more broad in scope because you need to appeal to a wider group. Now compare this group to this group. Now, this group right here, they tend to dress the same. They're probably about closer to the same age. You would generally think that they have a more narrowed sense of interests as opposed to the one before. Now, I'm not saying one is better than the other, but if you're addressing a narrower group, then you can narrow what you're talking about. For your opinion editorial for this class, we're doing this one. It needs to appeal to a broader audience, okay? Again, not this audience. Again, not saying there's anything wrong with this. I'm just saying that this is a much more narrow audience. All right, moving on. Example of the wrong audience. So if you were told this, let's see if you understand this. All right, here we go. The satellite feed from G4 needs to be run through FrameSync 2. Make sure the audio is mono through the left channel, then sent to the mixer to be split into stereo. Tell the talent that the VOSOT VO is now just a VOSOT. Back time is 93 seconds. Okay? Does anyone understand what the heck that's just talking about? What in the world is going on here? Well, in a previous life, actually before I became a teacher, I used to work in television. I used to be a director of newscasts. And this is the way we would talk when we're getting ready to do live newscasts. All this stuff made sense. I'm not really going to break it down and explain it to you, but it was a different language. And the people I said this to understood it because they were the audience. They understood these terms and knew what to do with it. The general populace wouldn't understand it as much. All right, move on. All right, so some specifics for this op-ed assignment. Well, we need to have a catchy title. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna catch you, title. I'm gonna catch you. All right. So you need to reel your audience in. You only have a few seconds to do so. Lots of stuff are fighting for the attention. You're probably watching this video right now, looking at your phone every 5 minutes to see how much longer you have to watch this. Anyway, okay, so let's play a game of catchy or not. So you tell me if this title is catchy or not. Does this super bug you? Okay, maybe, maybe not. Depends on you as the individual. Mental health and the death penalty. Catchy or not. Would you want to read more? And I think that's the little trick to use. Based on the title, would you want to read the article? The answer is yes or no. Stuff. Huh? Okay, well, does that make you want to read more about it? The business of bubble wrap and birth. Catchy or not? Does that make you want to read more? What is that about? What is wrong with gay couples? All right. Does that title offend you? Does it make you want to read more? Does it make you want to not even look at it? CPR saves lives. Again, so the rule of thumb I use is, does the title make me want to actually read more? Well, this is kind of like a statement. Okay, it's kind of like saying rain falls from the sky. Well, yeah, and okay, why should I read more? You kind of just gave away everything here. All right, now some more specifics for the op-ed assignment. Get to the point. Okay, you have a point to make. You only have 700 words to get there. Make sure you get there. You need to have a clear thesis that's somewhere in the paper. What are you trying to accomplish, propose, etc.? You already know this because you wrote your proposal paper on that. Okay, and what is your claim? You claim that if something gets done, things will be better. Make sure you include that in the op-ed. What else? Don't go off-roading. That means stay on target. Okay, when I'm off-roading, no. Okay, be concise and cohesive. Make sure you only have you only have 700 words, so you need to stay on topic. Don't get off on any kind of weird tangents and stories and stuff like this. Stay on target. In other words, stay on topic. Yeah. Okay. Make sure you end with a strong conclusion. Boom, the superhero pose, right? Make sure that your last sentence leaves an impression. Don't just end with something that's kind of weak, because people remember the first thing you say and the last thing you say generally. Okay. What else? Screaming, why? Okay, yes, you have to use APA formatting for this because that's part of this class. And you have to include a title page because we're practicing APA formatting. Okay, analogies are good. Okay, so we want to compare the known stuff to the unknown. These are good ideas. Analogies are very helpful when it comes to op-eds. They're very powerful in getting concepts across. Again, this is kind of also in the reading. I'm kind of rushing through this, but I want to let you know this is a good thing. Example. While this may be a good idea, it's like putting a Band-Aid on a fatal disease. Oh, okay, so we're doing something, but is it enough, and is it going to make a difference? Gotcha. Okay. Also, spare an armadillo, spare an armadillo. This guy's holding 2 armadillos. Wow, how am I going to get by this guy? What? Humor is very good in op-ed. If you're not funny, don't try to be funny. All right, what else we got? Customize. Again, you just can't go to any kind of store and buy this. You need to, this kind of car here is something that would be customized. Personalizing it drives your reader in. Why do you care? Why should anyone else care about this issue? You can use first person in this op-ed. Make sure it's clear on why this is an important issue. Okay, what moves you? Share it. Maybe that's the heart of what your op-ed is going to be about. And avoid cliches. Easy as pie, that's a cliche. Avoid cliches like the plague, that's a cliche. Yeah, anyway. What else we got? Oh, remember that writing is different than speaking. Okay, so make sure you do this in a writing way and not the way that you would speak. All right, so that's the highlights of the op-ed. And yeah, so now go ahead and go do it.